Hello. Today I'd like to talk about um, categorical variables. And I think the first thing I'd like to do is compare categorical variables to another type of variable you encounter in statistics, quantitative variables. Um, Categorical variables tend to just be different groups, categories of data. For example, the make and model of a car. It could be Ford or Nissan, but there's only so many categories you can be. You can't be in between. Those are, you are what you are. And also, we could say like luxury car. It could be a luxury car. It could be like an economy car, a truck. Whereas a quantitative variable is always it's a variable written as a number. It has to be able to be quantified or written as a number. Examples are, if you want to stick with cars here, you could do fuel mileage, and it's usually written in miles per gallon, abbreviated MPG, as well as price, because these are all numbers, not categories. So that goes over it really, the basics. And also, so now that we know the difference between categorical and quantitative variables, I'd like to sort of begin talking about frequency tables, because that's how you measure or you work with categorical variables. So let's make a frequency table for cause of death. So with the frequency table, you always have the category on one side, and then on the other side you have frequency, or the number of the events. And so let's say one cause of death is heart disease. Another cause of death is cancer. Another cause of death is stroke. Then respiratory disease. And lastly, other. So the data I found is that out of a group of around 250 people surveyed, 68 people died of heart disease, 58 of cancer, 16 of stroke, 12 of respiratory illness, and 84 of something else. Okay, so that's our data. So category and frequency. And now to better illustrate, understand this distribution, it's very useful to make a picture. And by picture, I think we should start with a bar chart. So bar charts are the simplest type of drawing, and they're very versatile, as you'll find out throughout statistics. But to make this bar chart, you want to get your y and your x-axis. Of course, you want to label everything, so I would label the y-axis frequency, and the x-axis cause of death. Not to be silly about this, obviously it's a very serious thing, but it's an important tool of statistics versus. Alright, so y-axis, we want to go up to, let's see, the highest value here is 68, so I would go up to like 70, go by 10, so 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, actually go up to 84, I'm sorry, so 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and then that's on the bottom. Let's write our categories here: heart disease, cancer, stroke, respiratory disease, and then other. Alright, now you just go up and find, so for heart disease we found 68 people passed away because of that. So we put our dot there, and then we go up, make our bar. For cancer, same, this time it's 58 people had cancer. So we go up there. Now stroke, 16 people had that. Respiratory, 12, so 12 is like right there. Other, 84, a lot of people had this, so we'll go all the way up to like 84. And that's it. That's a bar chart using this frequency table. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. There are many more types of charts. If you check out my YouTube channel, I'm going to do one on a segmented bar chart, which is actually a far more useful chart. But thank you, and have a good evening.